Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you all so much for being here. What we have today is Friday, November the 17th. We're going to be doing messages for Saturday, November the 18th for all signs. After that, what we're going to do is 5 minutes of Reiki. And then after that, whatever time we have left will be up for free-for-all questions, whatever kind of questions you guys want to ask me, as long as they're pretty simple ones that can be answered quickly in a short little public chat like this. Okay, so let's just get started with Aries. I think I am going to start using cards again for these after all, at least for now. We'll see what happens in the long term. So Aries, what do I feel for you guys? First of all, I see you guys catching fish. So some of you may literally be fishing, but I feel like this has to do more with the business world. Excuse me. My apologies, frog in my throat. Hate that when you're live. Nothing you can do about it. Good morning, Tammy. When I was doing the videos, I could edit that out. And good morning, Dano. I was looking for an email from you yesterday, young lady. Where was it? Let's see. So what was I saying about Aries? Aries, I see you guys fishing, and I think that this has to do more with your business world. Not only fishing, but catching fish. So I think that, if you're in a situation where you have to dig up clients, or if you're in a situation where, you have to look for projects or whatever, where you have to go and bring things in for work, I see you doing that very well. For those of you who it's not about bringing things in, this just seems like it's a very productive day. Like things are getting accomplished that are significant on the 18th. It's interesting that that's coming in a business way for me because that's Saturday. Maybe a lot of Aries are making connections or networking on Saturday. I don't know. So you guys will have to let me know how that plays out. But it does seem like it's coming in the business world that you're getting things accomplished. You're bringing in new clients, new projects, new work, new jobs. That type of thing is what it feels like to me, Aries. So you think I don't pay attention? I pay attention to what you say here. All right. Let's do a few cards for Aries and see what else they have to add to the message here. The World, the Hermit, and the Three of Cups, and this is using the Shadowscapes Tarot. To me, this is talking about definitely reaching goals. Kind of went along with the whole fishing thing that I had, catching fish. We also have the Hermit card, though, which means that you're going to be spending some time really alone as well. So you're going to spend some time reflecting. Maybe this is when you're getting your plans together about how to catch these fish, or it may be that once you've caught them, you're like, now I have to work on what do I do with these projects or these clients? How do I make sure that they're happy and they're going to come back? And then we've got the Three of Cups coming up in reverse towards the end of the day. This is just somebody that is getting on your last nerve. Usually this is a friend or somebody that you normally would spend time with or hang out with, and they're just usually they're trying to get into your territory and tell you what to do or interfere with how you're doing things. This could be as simple as one of your kids while you're making supper saying, you know what, I don't like the mushrooms. Why do you put mushrooms on it? Hopefully it's not something that little, and hopefully it's not something that annoying. But anyway, this is somebody just kind of coming in and trying to exert themselves where they really don't belong, where you're the one who should be exerting. So, do what you got to do with that, Aries. I'm sure that you won't have any problem handling that situation. La da 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 da. Taurus, let's look at you. Taurus, it feels to me like on the 18th, you're chasing a moving target. You are trying to, you're trying to do something that makes somebody else happy, And the problem is what makes them happy is changing as you go along. So chasing a moving target, trying to make somebody else happy. I don't feel like this is trying to make you happy. It does have to do with happiness, but it's not your happiness, because typically when we know what makes us happy, that's not so much of a moving target. So chasing a moving target, I don't see that being very successful for you, Taurus, on Saturday. Let's see what the cards have to add to that. I think I'm just going to use my shadowscapes all the way through for all of you guys this morning. Let's see what we've got. Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands, and King of Swords. The last two are both in reverse. So King of Swords, doing things in a very business-like manner, trying to think things through logically. For me, the Eight of Wands in this deck, I'm going to show it to you right side up, and you guys can, I think people can process an image better when they see it right side up. It did come in reverse. Please excuse my terrible fingernails. It did come in reverse, though. So Eight of Wands in this deck, to me, talks about manifestation. You know, that whole take a dandelion and blow away the seeds and make a wish from when we're a little kid kind of is what I'm seeing here. And so to me, this is letting the universe know what we want. Now, that's when it's right side up. This is when it's in reverse for the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is how it looks. So for me, this is like that manifestation now is coming in. You've already, a previous time, set your wishes out to the universe and asked them to return them. Now those manifestations are coming back in a tangible way for you. So you've got some good things going on in spite of trying to chase somebody else's happiness target. I like that. Ooh, and here's our happiness target chaser right here, King of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who twists things around, doesn't necessarily tell the truth. They can be very manipulative. They just say whatever they think they need to say to get us to do whatever it is they want done for them. It can be very grumpy. I can see why this person has a moving target for happiness, because they can be very grumpy and moody. So there's your person, your King of Swords in reverse that you're trying to make happy. Try not to focus too much on that. Trying to focus on some of those manifestations that are coming in for you. Good job, Taurus, on that. All right, let's look at Gemini. Gemini, 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 Gemini. What do we have coming in for you guys? I feel like on the 18th, there may be a lot of you actually involved in some kind of athletic event, either as a spectator or as a participant. And this is going to be an event that is not on level ground. So this could be walking, this could be running, this could be bike riding, this could be racing, I guess. But I feel like the terrain is more at a incline for whatever this athletic event is, whether you're a spectator or whether you are a participant. For others of you, though, if this is not about some kind of sporting event, this is just that you are fighting an uphill battle on something, and I do feel like you're making progress with it. I also feel like you may be getting a little bit, I think you're getting kind of conditioned to this, whatever it is that you're fighting this uphill battle on. Like you're getting some thick skin here, and you are not letting things get to you that used to get to you whenever you first started this. So this could be something like, you know, taking care of a parent who maybe has Alzheimer's, or, you know, things just progress, you know, so uphill the whole way. You know, it doesn't have to be something that big or that long term, but it does feel like there's some kind of uphill battle that you are focusing on. And like I said, I think you're getting thicker skin as you're going through this. And it is a process. I do think that it's more than today. We have cards fallen. Let's see what your cards are coming up as, because obviously they want to tell you something like right now. All right, so Gemini, you are collaborating with somebody else on Saturday and creating some of the things that you really want to create. Now, this can be, when I say creating, what you guys got actually is the Three of Pentacles, the Magician, and then you got the Nine of Wands in reverse, okay? So when I have the Magician, that can be creating whatever we want to create. That can literally be making a cake. You know, you take eggs and the mix and the oil and you mix it all up, and next thing you know, you have a cake. It's not what you started out with, but you created what you wanted. That's what the Magician is all about. He takes what he's got at hand and makes what he wants out of it. So collaborating with somebody else to create something that you want, or to bring in some kind of manifestation that you want into your life. And this Nine of Wands in reverse tells me that whatever this is, as you're creating with that other person, you're really, this is becoming a more, this is actually deepening the bond between you and that other person. You're starting to let your guard down a little bit with them and share a little bit more about yourself. And I feel like they're sharing with you on Saturday, Gemini, as you're making your uphill climb. SKCS, good afternoon to you. 9:58 in the morning Mountain Time where I am. But I'm going to take that good afternoon as a good morning. Where are you, SKC? If you don't mind my answering. Let's look at Cancer next for Saturday. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Love is in the air, Cancer. For some of you, this is talking about romantic love, that there's going to be some kind of really nice, enjoyable experience that you're having on Saturday with somebody that you care about greatly. For others of you, this is not necessarily romantic love as much as this is about, I'm really picking up strongly family love. So this could be that somebody is expressing their love for you or you're expressing their love for them. Maybe you're going to a family reunion and seeing people you haven't seen in a really long time and just appreciating that time with them. Maybe your parents don't normally say I love you or anything along those lines, and they actually express that. Try not to fall down if you get knocked over with a feather for that. You know, all kinds of ways that this can actually come in when we've got love is in the air. Let's see what the cards can add to this, Cancer. This is interesting because we have love is in the air, but the very first card that you have coming up is the Hermit. So this gives us a big clue. This may actually be self-love, or this may be messages that come in from a distance, because when we've got the Hermit, we're generally spending some time alone, okay? I also do have, oh, this is probably self-love. I don't know. I had a strong feeling of family, though. So looks to me like, well, you've got the Five of Cups in reverse as well. Five of Cups in reverse talks to me about letting go of some old grudges, some old anger, some old hurts. So it could be that there's some old anger or some old hurts from family that you are just letting go of because you want to feel better. So you're putting it in the past, letting that be water under the bridge. Okay, so, and then our last card is Temperance in reverse. This is telling me that you're feeling really unbalanced about this, like you're not super comfortable with letting this go yet. And so you may have to kind of like release this, and then you realize it's that the grudges or the anger or the hurt is kind of creeping back in again. So you might have to release it again, and you might have to release it again, because that Temperance, you haven't met that balance with this yet. And so when that balance comes in, then that Temperance card would show up right side up, that, okay, I've got this now. Now I'm moving forward in a balanced and level-headed way. Right now, the emotions are still bouncing back and forth. You're going to be releasing multiple times before that actually really sticks. Vandana, hello, hello. Lovely to see you too. It has been a while. Okay, let's look at messages for Leo for November the 18th. Glad you're here, Vandana. Leo, Leo, Leo. Why have you got your bonfire built so high? That's what Sacred Spirit is saying as I look at an image of a bonfire that is way up into the sky. Sounds to me like you have really built up big expectations and big dreams around something, Leo. Your enthusiasm is way over the top. And of course, enthusiasm is never bad. It might be a good idea to step back and do a reality check. I don't know what Neptune is doing right now, but Neptune is kind of the queen of illusions. So wherever that is in your chart, and I don't know about that because I just have an amateur interest in astrology. You have some kind of situation that you have some huge expectations right now. You want to sort of step back and get a better perspective on that, so that not saying don't have expectations, but maybe make them more realistic, so that you're not setting the other person up for failure. Or if they're about you, you're not setting yourself up for failure, and you can really enjoy the progress that you make in that area or that you see in that area. Yeah, my birthday is actually Saturday. We're doing predictions for my birthday right now. Okay, so cards now for Leo. Okay, so you guys got the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Queen of Pentacles is somebody that you're interacting with who is I feel like she's a very comforting presence for you. For some of you, this actually could be your mom. For others of you, this could be a really good friend that you're talking to. And for some of you, this could be a romantic partner. But this feels more like a platonic thing to me, more like a friendly, encouraging, supporting, uplifting type of person that you're interacting with on Saturday, Leos. We do have the King of Wands showing up in reverse. King of Wands in reverse can mean that you're a little frustrated, that you're feeling a little bit stuck, like you're not as stimulated as you would like to be in whatever your situation is on Saturday. And we've got the Two of Swords in reverse, which means that you're having a hard time with a decision. You want to make a decision and you're having a hard time deciding which way you want to go. What I'm hearing for advice for you Leos on this decision is don't pressure yourself to make this decision right now. There's no need to make this decision right now. Why don't you just let it go until you're comfortable with whatever comes up as that decision? Aw, thank you, Vandana. Okay, so that was Leo, Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Virgo, what I'm hearing for you is round top carrot cake. So if you're wondering why I'm being quiet, it's because I'm trying to figure out what the heck is that interpreting to. For some of you, maybe that's your thing. Maybe you like to make cakes and so you're making a round top carrot cake. But I think there's probably more symbolism there for most everybody else. So Saturday, I think that you're going to be having an interesting day. There are going to be some unusual things, or I should say there are going to be some um, old classics that are done in a different way on Saturday that you may be participating in or you may be more of a spectator in. So on Saturday, say that you're going to a wedding. That would be a classic traditional type thing that would typically be done sort of in the same pattern. And it may be done, you know, with somebody's unique and original twist. You may be going to a wedding where somebody jumps out of an airplane as they say their vows or something, or, you know, maybe they wear all black to the wedding or who knows what. That's just one example, but there's something going on that's classic, you know, because carrot cake is classic. It's been around a long, long, long time. At least it has here in the US. But the round top is not so much classic. And so there's going to be something going on that has an unusual twist for you, Virgos, on Saturday. A classic with an unusual twist. La-di-di-da. Let's see what the cards have to add to that. Hello there, everybody. Those of you who haven't said hi yet, if you don't mind saying hi, I'd like to know who all's out there. Just makes me feel better knowing that I'm not talking to just, you know, an empty room. So far, I know we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people. There's more than that still haven't said hi yet. Okay, so Virgos, what you got for your cards are Judgment, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is the Shadowscapes deck. To me, right now, this Judgment card is saying to me, there's a call. You're getting a call coming in. Somebody's asking you to do something. Maybe even Spirit is asking you to do something. But definitely there's some kind of call to action coming in for you Virgos early in the day. I do think it's going to cost you money with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, money that you weren't necessarily expecting to spend. For some of you, this is going to be a renter calling you up. Hey, the water heater is out of my place. There's water all over the basement floor. That's a call to action, guys. Gotta fix the water heater. Doesn't have to be something like that. It can be something at more of a spiritual level as well, you know, but there's some kind of call to action that's going to be bringing money out of your pocket. And then finally, that Ten of Pentacles in reverse is telling me that at the end of the day, you're not feeling so secure. There are a lot of things that make us feel secure and not secure. Some of them have to do with relationships. Some of them have to do with finances. Some of them have to do with home, with work, with our vehicle, with our phone even. So, you know, that could manifest in a lot of different ways. I really feel like this has to do with how you're feeling at home or in family. There could be something going on with family relationships where you're not feeling 100% secure by the end of the day, Virgos. Okay, let's move on to Libra. Still here, Dano. Thank you, thank you. Grace Marie, hello. Dee Dee, Dee Dee, Dee Dee Dee. Not until tomorrow. Saturday is my birthday. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. No worries, Dano. Thank you for saying hi, guys. I do appreciate it. Alrighty, so next, Victoria. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad you're here today, too. Yay. Libras, what am I feeling for you guys? Libras, on Saturday, I feel like you're having some kind of peak or pinnacle experience, which just means this is probably an experience that you've been wanting to have, planning to have for a while. Now, this can be an emotional experience having to do with relationship, or this can be something that is more tangible, having to do with finances or a financial goal. This can also be something that is a personal goal for you that you're reaching, okay? But some kind of peak experience that you're really happy that you've accomplished, whatever this is, whether it's relationship or tangible. Thank you, Victoria. Yep, Saturday. Today's Friday. Yep, my birthday's tomorrow. Thank you, Grace Marie. Okay, so let's see, Libra, Pinnacle Experience. Let's see what the cards have to add to that. Oh, Okay, it looks to me like you're starting the day pretty stressed out. And it looks like you're stressed out because of somebody who's trying to be sneaky with you. Problem is, they think they're getting away with being sneaky with you because you're not telling them otherwise. Maybe you just don't want to rock the boat, but you know what's up. And then you're ending the day really thinking things over. And I think this also has to do with this person being sneaky. Like, you're really thinking about, how do I want to respond to this? What do I want to do about this? Do I want to respond to this? Do I want to rock the boat? Do I want to kick this person to the curb? If this is a child, which I feel like for some of you, this is a child and they're being sneaky about drugs that they're doing or people that they're seeing, this is you really trying to figure out, okay, what is the best way to handle that? Now, obviously, this is not what I would consider a pinnacle experience, so this is not actually connected to the pinnacle experience. So you've got obviously more than one thing going on during the day. Should be interesting. Uh-oh, why is it funny? Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. For November the 18th. By the way, tomorrow is a new moon, I think. My calendars always confuse me. I don't know right now if on this calendar a black dot is a new moon or a full moon, but I think it's a new moon. La da 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 da. Anyway, it's a moon that's in Scorpio during the time of Scorpio. Scorpios, I think this moon actually is going to be very good for us. I haven't been paying too much attention to astrologers about this. Maybe I should have. But I do think that we are going to be feeling very emotional about some things, but I feel like this is in a positive way. I do feel like we have some things to celebrate because of what comes out of this moon, both tomorrow and in the next few days coming up. New moon. Thank you, Dano. Let's see what the cards have to add to that for Scorpios. Okay, so what we've got is Justice, Three of Pentacles, and the Tower reversed. Now, to me, Justice can be all about breaking up. It can be a breakup card for me, but I'm really not hearing that with this. I am hearing evening the scales and fresh start. So for me, this is where something hasn't been very even or fair, coming back into alignment and coming into a fairness or an evenness. So this may be in a relationship, this may be in a financial situation, but I'm also seeing that this is a Libra card. That's the other thing that's really popping out at me. Justice is a card that's associated with Libra. So there may be a Libra person that you are dealing with on Saturday, my fellow Scorpios, or that we are dealing with, that really helps bring in the balance. Maybe this person is a friend that we talk to and is kind of the catalyst for helping us to bring balance into a situation in our life. And then we've got working together with other people is what comes after that. And then this Tower reversed I really like because it's not just a survivor card, it's a coming out on top card. It says that we've been through something that's devastating and now we're looking at opportunities to fill any voids that that devastating thing left for us. And as we fill those voids, what we're finding is the things that will do that are actually better than our previous situation. So having a pretty good day, Scorpio. I am so far behind. I've used up 25 minutes already. Okay, Sagittarius. Your husband's birthday tomorrow? Cool. Awesome. What year was he born? So predictions are, by the way, for tomorrow for the 18th, for those of you who don't know and if I haven't said it a zillion times. Next, we're looking at Sagittarius. Sagittarius on Saturday, I feel like you guys are working on some kind of project or something that has a lot of little pieces that need to be put together to make it work. I don't know if you're putting up some kind of Lego electronics thing or exactly what this project is. This could even be making something like a hand drum. I'm actually seeing the vision that I'm getting for this is the skin, like the skin that you would put on a hand drum. And then once you have that skin and have measured it out and everything, you start putting holes where your string is going to go through, your skin string, your antelope thread or your elk thread or whatever you're using. So whenever I see a prepared drum head like that, basically I'm seeing like all those little holes, those little parts that have to be taken care of in order to make a bigger project. And so that's what I feel like you're doing. You're working on some big project that takes a lot of little pieces to make it work together on Saturday, Sagittarius. Let's see what we can add to that with the cards. Looks to me like you're really focused on something. There might have been something that was competing for your attention and you're kind of like blocking everything out to focus on something. And I think that you're really considering about what is the reality for you. What is your truest truth? For those of you who don't know about truest truth, and we haven't talked about that personally before, truest truth, to me, is this concept that talks about, you know, we present ourselves to other people in ways that we think that they can accept us, or that in the degree that they think that we think that they can handle us or take us. But sometimes, you know, the deepest truth about who we are and what we think and how we feel, we don't necessarily share with everybody because we're not sure that they can handle it. And so when you have a card that comes up like I'm looking at now, which is the Moon card, in the Shadowscapes, I think the Moon card means a lot different than what it means in some of the other decks. So this has to do with you're really reflecting, Sagittarius, on what is your truest truth and where would it be safe for you to let that truest truth out? Who would you be safe with revealing that to? Okay, and then right after the Moon card, you guys have the Star card in reverse. And by the way, you started off with the Five of Wands in reverse. I don't think I told you guys. Star card in reverse is what you end up with, Sagittarius. And to me, the Star card in reverse is telling me that even with all this reflection that you're doing about what your truest truth is, you're ending the day with not exactly still being sure what you're going to do with that truest truth that you're now more aware of. So that'll be something that you'll be finishing up on another day when you have time to think about it. Okay, moving on to Capricorn. He was born in 56. Gotcha. So I was born in 69. So he's about 15 years older than me. So yeah, okay. That makes sense. I know, I think it's really cool too. I'm like, I hope this is a good moon. I hope this is a good moon. Because, you know, some moons just make you emotional and cause chaos. Hello there, Demetrius Holmes. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. We are on to Capricorn right now. Let's take a peek. What are we seeing for Capricorn? What am I seeing for Capricorn? You guys have an interesting vision coming up. It's almost like Alice in Wonderland type vision, or stepping through the looking glass type vision. I see you guys almost like you're looking in a looking glass, but it also looks like a window too. So Capricorns, I think what you're seeing when you see the world is you're seeing yourself reflected back in the world on Saturday. Like you're starting to see how what you vibrate, what you send out to the world comes back to you. You're starting to see that in a big way on Saturday. If you haven't, excuse me, if you haven't noticed it before, This may be the first time you're noticing it. If this is something that you're already aware of, this may be an expansion of that type of enlightenment where you're really seeing, oh my God, that means that I am putting out there a vibration like this. I didn't realize I was doing that. And I think it's going to be something that when you see that as you're looking out the window in the looking glass, out the window in the looking glass, in the looking glass out the window, however you want to say that, I think that it's going to be something that really makes you think about what you are sending out to the universe, what you are sending out to the world. And I think it's going to be something that helps you to do some fine tuning and some tweaks on that. Let's see what the cards can add to that for Capricorn. What we have here, my dear, is the Four of Cups in reverse, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So Four of Cups in reverse, this is telling me that you have been kind of restless and feeling like you need more stimulation, more challenge. And when it's in reverse, this is saying, okay, I am reaching for that. Now I'm in a situation where I'm more stimulated, more challenged. I feel like I am using myself to the full potential that I should be using myself. Three of Swords, that's heartache, straight up. That's heartache. And so that just means something's coming in, like around the middle of the day, that's not going to be having you feeling so good emotionally. And this can be anywhere on that scale. This can be a little thing or a big thing, just kind of depends who you are, Capricorn. But we have the end of the day with you having this Ace of Swords epiphany type moment, okay? So Ace of Swords to me is an epiphany of understanding. It's all of a sudden just getting the idea about something and things just click into place all over your life once you understand this. So this is kind of like what I was talking about whenever I was talking about through the looking glass, through the window. This is where I think you're going to have this epiphany show up. So that'll be more in the evening that as you're thinking about that things will make sense. And it may be that whatever this heartache is what sort of makes you realize, oh, that has to do with what I'm sending out into the world. That's reflecting back at me. So now here's this epiphany of, okay, now I'm going to do some shifting because I really don't want to send that out to the world. I didn't realize that type of thing. All right, so there's Capricorn. You're quite welcome, quite welcome. Goodbye, goodbye, honey. Have a great, fantastic, wonderful weekend if you're still here to hear it. Okay, so Aquarius, I'm on to you guys for November the 18th. Aquarius, November the 18th. I'm seeing in my mind an image of a button and somebody sewing it. It's got the four little holes. I don't know if any of you have ever hand sewn a button, but this is somebody like hand sewing a button. And to me, that brings up a message of, buttoning things down. So when we button things down, we make them secure. We take care of them. We make sure that everything is in good shape. This is kind of like crossing the T's and dotting the I's. So Aquarius, I think you're going to have a day of buttoning things down, making sure things are final, making sure things are taken care of in a way that makes them official, making sure that what you're expecting really is what's coming to you. Okay? All right, so that's what we have for message. Let's see what comes in off of the cards. It was interesting for Capricorn, wasn't it? Okay, so Aquarius, I do show you making plans early in the day, making plans for the future. And this is, maybe this is where I would like to live, or I would like to have a job like this. I mean, this is kind of significant plans. This is not plans for, oh, tomorrow I'm going to have cherry pie for dessert at supper. This is more long-term type plans. By the way, you have the Three of Wands, the Seven of Wands reversed, and the Ten of Pentacles. Seven of Wands reversed just tells me in the middle of the day, you're going to be letting down your guard or letting down your defenses with somebody, opening up to them a little bit more than what you have been, maybe reopening a door where you had closed a door, something like that going on in the middle of the day. Ten of Pentacles showing up at the end of the day means that you're feeling very secure. You're feeling like, what you have created in your life is good, and you're happy to actually share it. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is feeling good and wanting to share the good that you have with somebody else. It's also sort of the completion of a cycle too, where you're feeling very secure and you're sort of taking that security now, you're getting ready to take it to the next level. So this could be, taking a relationship to the next level. This could be, any myriad of things that makes you feel secure. It can be just a little thing that you're doing in the house by yourself that makes you feel secure. But typically when I see this, this has a really good feel to it, and it has a good feel to it today as well. I think that there is another party involved with this sense of real security and of moving up in your level of security. Okay, Pisces. Pisces, what do we have for you? Hey, there's Avni. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you, my dear. You're coming in at the end of messages. I am like so overtime. And then we'll do Reiki for 5 minutes. And then after that, not only for Avni, but for everybody who stepped in late, then we'll have free-for-all questions. Simple questions, not detailed questions that can be answered quickly in this format. Okay, so Pisces, what do I see coming in for you? Pisces, I feel like there's a light on in somebody's window for you. So you have someone who maybe you haven't been so open with lately, or you haven't been communicating with lately. Maybe you're angry at them. Maybe they were angry at you. I don't know. But when I see like there's this light in the window, this is like this message to me that Pisces, there's somebody in your life that would be happy to see you return back into their life. So you can take that information and do whatever you want to do with it. Just because they would be happy to have you come back doesn't mean it would be good necessarily for you to come back into their life. But, you know, in some situations it might, some situations it might not. But the information here, the message is that there is somebody that basically has the light on for you. They are hoping to see you again soon or hear from you again soon. Okay. Oh, there is driving just in time for Pisces. Good job. Very cool, very cool. Glad to hear that, Dana. Dano. I don't know why I want to call you Dano. Dano. Okay, so that, did I do cards for you guys for Pisces? Trying to think, did I do cards for Pisces just now? No, I didn't. I just gave you the message. Let's do cards for you guys and see what the cards have to add to that. I think you are adjusting some long-term plans, Pisces. Aquarius, we had making long-term plans, and right after that, I have you adjusting some long-term plans. So that is the first thing that comes up, and that's the Three of Wands in reverse. You've got, oh my gosh, you guys saw how much I shuffled, right? So Pisces got the Three of Wands in reverse, then they got the Seven of Wands right side up, and then the Knight of Pentacles. So two cards the same as Aquarius. Isn't that interesting? So Pisces, you may be interacting with an Aquarius. Aquarius, you may be interacting with a Pisces on Saturday. Okay, so Seven of Wands, right side up. This is saying that you're kind of putting up your defenses. You're setting up some boundaries. You're letting people, or somebody at least in your life, know, Pisces, that, you know what, I'm willing to do this, this, or this to help you, but once we get beyond that, that's kind of your realm. You're going to have to figure that out some other way and not count on me for that. Or the other thing that, the other way that this can come in is if you feel like you've been a little too vulnerable, you could be raising the defenses and saying, you know what, I'm not going to be sharing so much information with you anymore because you kind of abuse it. So one of those two ways. And then the other thing, the Knight of Pentacles is the last card coming in for you, Pisces. That's just telling me that you're being careful to make sure that your budget works. You may actually be paying your bills on Saturday, very literally, or this could be, you know, doing what it takes to bring the income in, or making sure that you're not unnecessarily sending it out to the point that it's going to throw your budget out of whack. Okay, so that's Pisces. That makes sense to you. Very cool. You're an Aquarius, Sun, Pisces, Moon. Well, then that might have been all about you interacting and having those little conversations with yourself. Okay, so let's do Reiki for 5 minutes, guys. I am so far behind. We're not even going to look at time anymore. Okay, so Reiki for 5 minutes. Here's the deal. For those of you who don't know, whenever I send out Reiki, I do set the intention for whatever will benefit you the most. If you want to modify that intention to something that is more specific or that you think would be better for you, feel free to do that. Also, for those of you who don't know, if you catch this video later after the live broadcast, you can still receive this energy. All you have to do is set the intention to receive it, and then you can either receive it the way I send it out for whatever benefits you the most, or you can set the intention for something more specific for yourself if you would like. Either way works just the same if you catch this video after as it does to catch it right now. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that Reiki started for you guys. Okay, so we're going to do 5 minutes of Reiki time, and then after that will be free-for-all questions. You're Pisces, Aquarius, and Aquarius rising. So you guys both are, you're just the reverse of each other, Dano and Striving. That's wild. Yeah, of course you can. You can ask for it to be detoured over to the kitty cat. Why not? As long as you're the owner of the kitty cat, you can do that. And you can also share the energy too. You don't have to divert it all to the cat. You can share the energy so that you get some and the cat gets some. Questions are after Reiki, unless you have Reiki questions right now, Miss Evney. No, I don't have a Scorpio man. I have an Aquarius man. I'm a Scorpio. I told him I want him to make me breakfast. He kind of made a look on his face like, I don't think that's going to happen. He makes my favorite breakfast in the whole wide world, and he hasn't done it for me for a while. No drama. Glad to see you today. How are you, my dear? Doesn't sound weird at all. There are actually people who specialize in animal Reiki. I have some friends that specialize in Reiki for animals. They would rather work on animals than people. I don't limit myself. If you guys have an animal that needs Reiki, I'll do Reiki for your animal too. It's kind of cool. Glad to hear that you are okay, honey. I'm fantastic. Aw, that's very cool, Striving. Really, probably for my birthday, I'm probably going to work. I love working. What's my favorite of animals and people? Oh, I don't know. I like them both. My birthday is tomorrow. Oh, my favorite breakfast. He makes this thing called migas. It's a Hispanic dish, I think, or it's Native American, or it's a crossover between the two of them. I don't even know. But it's corn tortillas with eggs and green chili, and I don't even know what else. Oh my gosh, but he makes the best migas. I never had migas before him. I just think they're wonderful. I'm hoping, Dee Dee. I can just taste it right now. Maybe I'll tell him, you know what, I've already tasted the birthday breakfast. Maybe we can do something else. He already gave me that look like he didn't really want to make migas anyway. Hello there, Maria. Glad to see you in the room. How are you, my dear? It's really, really good. Yeah, you don't have to type it in here. You can just say it. The fact that you've actually already thought it and wanted to do it pretty much already set the intention anyway. You're just making it official when you say it. Oh, Bootsy knows. Trust me, you don't have to tell Bootsy anything. Dano, he's one of those people that he does not worry about what other people have to think. Trust me. He'd be like, whatever. Oh, we were talking about my favorite breakfast, Maria. Animals know when Reiki is around. In fact, they can see when their owners are getting Reiki. They'll usually climb right up on their owners and get as close as they possibly can while it's coming in. Not really. I'll probably work. I love working. I actually celebrated yesterday by going to the zoo. So I celebrated early. Because when you have this kind of job, you know, you want to be available for people when they need you. And usually that's when they're not working. So I figured I would celebrate early and be available on the weekend. Yep. And the zoo trip was beautiful, perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better day. It was so fantastic. Okay, so now we've got like 5 minutes for questions. Let me wrap up the Reiki for you guys. And whoever has nice, simple questions that I can answer very quickly without having to get to the bottom of a whole bunch of details, throw them out there. Right, striving, your animals climbed up on you. Your kitties love me, Dee Dee. They love the Reiki. It's not so much about me. Yep, that's the way it usually works. They know what's up. Exactly. It is kind of an Aquarius thing. Don't worry too much about what other people think. How your weekend will go, that's way too general. A specific question that I can answer like lickety split. How your weekend can go, I'm going to have to set out like at least 5 cards on that. Specific question, my dear. Oh, it was fantastic, Dana. Dana, it was like, first of all, I got the best parking spot ever. I drove by first and they said the parking garage was full. Let's try parking at City Park, which I had just passed, and I had never been to the zoo before. I don't know my way around down there. And so I finally made my way back around. There was construction I had to get around, and I finally made my way back around. I'm driving through City Park. Everywhere I'm going, women are taking their babies out of strollers, and I'm like, oh man, I just missed a parking space by a few minutes. I get all the way to the end, and then right across the street from the end of City Park is the zoo, and there's an attendant there that like waves me over into the parking lot for the zoo, and I get to park right in front of the main gate. Like I had to walk less than 50 feet to get into the main gate. And the rest of the day, it just went like that. It was all just peaches and cream everywhere I went. What's in store for Aries? We just did that for tomorrow at the very beginning of this. Maria, you might want to scroll all the way back to the beginning of this video. What do you think I should focus my time on this weekend? Let's see what comes up. Let's pull a card on that one. See what we got. Actually, I'm going to pull 3 real quick. I'm going to pull a tarot. Oh, new adventure. Something you haven't done before. Or at least that maybe you haven't done in a long time. Do something exciting and adventurous. Let's see what these will have to do with. You should go see nature. I think you should go to the zoo. There's something about like a government building or some kind of big business that has to do with nature. Maybe you should go to the zoo this weekend. Or a garden, like a botanical garden or something like that. Will your weekend be together? Not your whole weekend. Your whole weekend will not be together. Happy and fun with each other. Sometimes when you're together, part of that time will be happy and fun. I'm hearing a yes, driving. That was totally meant to be with the parking. They haven't intentionally mismanaged your account. And what they've done is actually findable just by doing longhand math. Feels to me like there's some kind of electronic glitch. So like maybe they're charging you fees that you don't actually owe and it's just in their program wrong or something like that. Right? I hear you, Dano. That would be cool. The animals are fascinating. I think the animals are fascinating, and you just find your favorites and gravitate towards those. Don't tell them. You don't have to tell them. Or you could say, Dano, well, I was just scouting it out to see what the best parts of it would be so I could show you. Sorry, striving. No, I don't feel like you are going to have to bring your dog. I do think you're going to think you do right up until the very last minute. And then right at the last minute, there's going to be something that happens that's going to let you realize that, oh, okay, everything's going to be fine. Okay, guys, we've got 5 minutes of questions and answers in, 5 minutes of Reiki in. We've got some predictions going on. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by and for hanging out with me. Oh, that's why it would be a new adventure then. Very cool. So everyone have a fantastic, wonderful weekend if I don't see you again, but excuse me, I imagine I'll be here tomorrow. Everyone, peace out.